Welcome back. Today we are going to be considering JAMB Mathematics 2010 question 11 to 20. And the question number 11 here says that make Q the subject of the formula. Make Q the subject of the formula given that what? P is equal to M over 5 open bracket X plus Q close bracket plus 1. Now we are given that what? We are given that P is equal to M over what? 5 open bracket X plus what? Q close bracket X plus 1. So we have to make what? The Q sort of formula, and we have a denominator here, M over what? 5, and the denominator here is what? 5. So the first thing is to eliminate this what? This 5 by multiplying through by what? By 5. So multiply through by 5, you multiply both the left hand side and what? Right hand side by 5 in order to eliminate this 5. So we have what? 5p equal to 5 multiplied by what? M over what? 5 open bracket what? X plus Q close bracket plus 5 times 1. So now we have what? From here now we have 5p equal to this 5. Now we eliminate this one. We have what? 5p equal to what? M open bracket what? X plus what? Q close bracket 5 times 1 will be what? 5. Now the next thing now is to what? Collect the like times. Make sure that what? Your M open bracket X plus Q close bracket is on its own. So you transfer what? 5 to this other side. So we have what? 5p minus what? 5, because when plus cross this equal sign, it becomes minus, equal to what? M open bracket what? X plus what? Q bracket close. Now the next thing is to what? Is to write this equation by expanding this, then equate it to this. So M times X now will give us what? I'm going this around, and this one M times X will what? It give us what? Mx plus what? Mq. Now I'm multiplying that, this Mx plus Mq, so equal to, I've multiplied that equation out, so equal to 5p minus what? 5. Now the next thing now is to what? Transfer this one to the other side so that we can have mq here. So mq equal to 5p minus 5 minus what? Mx. Now we now have mq on the left hand side, so divide both side by m. Now to eliminate what? M, you divide both side by m, so we have what? mq divided by m all over 5p minus 5 minus mx is equal to divided by what? M. So by doing that we are going to eliminate what? Q. So we are going to eliminate M. So therefore we have what? Q to be equal to 5p minus what? 5 minus mx over M. Now when you look at this option very well, we have what? Option A, mp plus what? Mx minus 5. It can't be this one because this one has plus. The sign on the numerator here is minus or true. Look, this one is minus or true, but this one is mp minus mx. So the m here has ruled out these options. But when you look at this, we have what? 5p minus what? Mx minus 5. So you can easily rearrange what? This expression now, you can rearrange it to what? To give you this. The arrangement here does not matter. You can easily say 5p minus what? Mx minus 5 all over m. So the option here is what? Is option C. Just rearrange as what? Making your 5p come first, next to what? Minus mx, then minus 5 all over m. So we have option C. So that's that about making something the subject of what? formula. So now the question number 2 says, if n x squared plus 6xy plus 4y squared is a factor of what? 27x cubed minus 8y cubed. Find the other factor. Now, this is a question on what? On polynomial. You can see that what? We said we are given what? A polynomial what? Equation which is 27x what? Cube minus 8y cube. And we are told that what? We have a factor for this, and the factor is what? 9x what? Square plus 6xy plus 4y square is a factor of what? This polynomial. Now we have to look for the other what? Factor. We have to look for other factor. Now the other factor. Now how do we go about this? We can use what? A long division method. The long division method to obtain your second factor. And how do you go about the long division method? You are going to what? Rule out what? A line now. So I'm going to use this factor. I'm going to leave this factor outside. Then I'll put my what? The polynomial equation inside. So how do you go about that? Just because of my space. Now I'm writing this. I'm drawing this sign, this root sign in front of this what? Factor. Then I'll put my what? My polynomial inside this equation. Inside this what? Inside this what? Sign, which is the root sign. 27x cubed. Now minus 8y cubed. Now you have 27x cubed minus 8y cubed. There's possibility that you are going to have something in between this what? 27x cubed and 8y cubed. So you leave your space very well to contain other what? Elements that are not there. So just write what? Minus what? 8y cubed here. You understand why I leave the place when we go through this this process together. Now we have what? Nx squared is our nx squared plus 6xy plus 4y squared is our factor, while this is our polynomial. Now how do you use long division to get to our factor? We just use this first entrance here, the first term here, to divide the first term here. So use the nx squared to divide what? 27x what? Cube. And how do you go about that? 9 divided by 27 is what? Is 3. 9 divided by what? 27 is what? 3. X squared in x cube. It means that this x squared will cancel what? 2 of the x here. It will mean 1. So we have 3x here. So that's how you go about it. 9 divided by 27 is what? 3. X squared divided by what? X cube is what? Ordinary x. Now from here now, you can now, after dividing this term here by this first term, then you now multiply this answer by all of the what? Term in the factor. So how do you go about that? 9 times 3 will give what? 18. Okay, 9 times 3 will give 27 rather. 27. And x squared times x also give what? X squared. So now we have what? The second term here is plus. So plus 6 times 3 will give you plus 18. So we have what? Plus 18. Now x times x will give you what? X squared. And then y, we have y, then you put y in front. So we have to extend this aspect of a thing because you still have another term here. So and how do you go about it? Let me just clean this so as to extend it. So let me extend it. So now let me put it 8 minus 8y what? Cube. So now because we still have an extra what term here that we have to what? Multiply with this. So this one is plus 4y squared now. We are going to use it to multiply 3x. So plus 4 times 3 will be what? It will give you what? Plus 4 times 3 will give you plus what? 12. Plus 12. Then y squared times x is going to give you what? y squared times x giving what? X y squared. So that's that about that. So now there's nothing left again now to multiply. Having multiplied the factor here, multiply by the answer 3x now. But to subtract this from the top one. Now how do you go about this? Now you have to introduce zeros. That's why we leave space here. Introduce 0 in this place. This one will be what? Plus what? 0 plus 0. So that's why, so that whenever you want to subtract each term from this one, you'll be able to have 0 to what? To subtract something from. So now you now put minus the subtraction. So rule your line. So now, and how do you go about that? So you can as well put 0 here for, if we to avoid any form of confusion, you put 0 here as well. Now 27x cubed, 27x cubed minus 25x cubed, they will cancel out. So this one has already what? Cancelled this one out. So 0 minus plus 18x squared is 0 minus plus 18x squared. It's going to give you what? Minus 18x squared y. Now 0 minus plus 12x squared y is also going to give you what? Minus 12x y what? Squared. Then minus 8y cubed minus 0 is going to give you what? Minus 8y cubed. Please follow. Now the next thing now to do now is to also what? Take this 9 squared to divide this minus 18x squared y. So 9 divided by what? Minus 18. It's going to give what? Minus 18 here divided by 9x squared minus 18x squared y divided by what? Minus 9. And this one does not have minus, so it's, let's take it as what? Plus now. So minus 18x squared y over plus 9x squared. Now this what? This minus divided by plus will give you what? Minus. Minus divided by plus will give you minus. Now 9 in 18 will give you what? 2. Please follow. It will give you 2. So now 9 divided by what? 18 will give us 2. Then x squared cancel what? X squared. We have what? Y left here. So we have 2y. So we have 2y here. So now you have 3x now. 3x minus what? 2y. So now that's what we have here. So now you can now multiply this to see what you are going to have. So 9 times what? 2. 9 times 2 will give what? 9 times minus 2 will give you minus 18 x squared what? Y. Now plus 6x multiplied by 2y. 6 times 2 is what? 12. So plus 6 times minus 2 will give you what? Minus 12 as well. Minus 12. Then xy. Then does it have square? Yes, it has square. X, because y times y will give us y squared. So 4 times minus 2. 4 times minus 2 also give us minus 8. Y squared times y will give us y what? Cube. Now we are going to do subsequent question on this. Now you can see we have exactly the same thing. When you subtract this one from this, everything will give you what? Everything here will give you what? 0. So meaning that what? We have come to the end of these divisions. Whenever you get 0 now, it will come to the end of this division. So what we have left here now is what? 3x minus 2y. 3x minus 2y. Meaning that when you multiply this with this, you are going to obtain this what? This polynomial equation. So our answer here is this. So now 3x minus 2y. Is any 3x minus 2y in the option? Option A. The answer here is option A. Question number 13 says factorize completely. Factorize completely x cubed plus 3x squared minus 10x all over 2x squared minus 18. We have to factorize completely. Now how do we go about that? We have x cubed plus 3x squared minus 10x all over 2x squared minus what? 8. So we have to factorize completely. Now the first thing is that if you look at this very well, this has x in common and you cannot factorize it now. So you have to, this is power raised to power 3. So you have to bring out the x out first before even thinking of factorizing. So bring out the common factors here, which is x. So we have x open bracket what? X squared plus what? When you factorize x out, this one remains what? 3x minus what? 10. Now bracket close all over. Now when you look at your denominator, you can see that this one also have 2 in common. So you bring that 2 out. Open bracket what? X open bracket x squared minus what? 4 bracket what? Close. Now equal to how do you go about this? Is a what? This is a quadratic equation, and this also what? A quadratic equation involving what? Difference of what? 2 square, meaning that we have to solve this one quadratically. Now if you are not what? Good at quadratic questions, you have to what? You have to know it, and let us go through it together. Now for instance, now when you have what? X squared plus 3x minus what? 10. Now how do you solve it quadratically? You multiply this and this together, you have minus 10x squared. Now what are the 2 factors of 10? In which when you multiply together, you what? You get minus 10, and when you add them together, you get what? 3. So what are 2 factors of what? 10? In which when you multiply them together, you get minus 10. Then when you add them together, you get plus 3. So the 2 factors here is what? That you can add together to get what? 3 here is what? 2 and 5. Because factors of 10s are 1 and 10, 2 and 3. So 2 and 5 rather. So 5 minus 2 will give us 3. So we rather use what? Minus what? 2 then plus what? 5. Why? Because minus 2 from 5 will give us what? 3. So that's why we are using that what? Factor. And when you multiply minus 2 times what? 5, it will give what? Minus 10. So we just need to add x to this in order to make it what? To be able to have what? Minus 10x and 3x here as well. So instead of we having what? This 3x now here, we're going to replace it with these 2 factors, because minus 2x plus 5x is going to give us what? Plus 3x. So we now have what? X squared minus 2x plus 5x minus 10. So now let's factorize. What do we have here now? X open bracket x minus what? 2 plus 5 is common to both. Open bracket x minus 2 as well, bracket close. So you put this together, we have x minus 2 into bracket x plus 5, meaning that what? Your x minus 2 and x plus 5 can what? Replace what? X squared plus 3x minus 10. So the equation here becomes x, now open bracket, the 2 factors that you get for your quadratic equation, x minus 2 bracket close, x plus what? 5 bracket close all over. Now considering this what? Difference of 2 square. Now this is what we call difference of what? 2 square. We are having what? X square minus what? 4, which is the same thing as what? You can write it as x square, difference of 2 square, minus 4 is a perfect number. You can express it as what? 2 square. So that's what we call difference of 2 square. The difference between what? X square and 2 square. So you can write it as x square minus what? 2 square is the same thing as x minus 2 into bracket x plus 2. X minus 2 into bracket x plus 2. So meaning that what? This x plus x square minus 2x square is given as x minus 2 x plus 2. Now you replace this now, this is x squared minus 4. Now it will now become 2 now, which is the what? The number outside. X minus 2, x plus what? 2. So you successfully what? Substitute for the two terms, the quadratic equation here, and the what? The quadratic equation involving a difference of 2 squared. So now this one cancel out now. So what do we have as our final answer here? We have x open bracket x plus 5 bracket close all over x plus 2. So do we have anything like x plus 2 into bracket? Now there is a 2 outside here, don't forget. So there is 2 outside here. So the expression now becomes what? X in bracket x plus 5 in bracket x plus 2, which is related to what? Option what? B. Option B. So you can see how we can factorize that. So that's that about that. Now question number what? 14 says solve for x and y if x minus y equal to what? 2. Now we have to solve for what? X and y if x minus y equal to 2 and x squared minus y squared equal to what? 8. Now how do you go about that? The first equation given to us is what? X minus y equal to what? 2. And the next equation given to us is what? X squared minus y squared equal to 8. Now also here now we can see that this is equation 1, this is equation what? This is equation 1 here, this is equation 2. We are going to solve it simultaneously. But how do we solve it simultaneously? Now we are told that x minus y equal to 2, x squared minus y squared equal to 8. You can see this is difference of 2 squared. We are having squares here. We are having this different sign. That's why we call it difference of 2 squared, and can be expressed as x minus y into brackets x plus y, which is equal to what? 8. But don't forget that what we said x minus y is equal to 2. So instead of we having x minus y here, we can replace this x minus y to be equal to 2. So this expression becomes 2 into bracket what? This expression here becomes 2 into bracket x plus y equal to what? 8. Now if you can see very well, this is 2 here and this is 8 here. You can easily divide both sides by 2 because 2 can divide this 8 also. Divide both sides by what? 2. Divide this also by what? 2. So when you divide both sides by 2, this 2 cancel this 2 here. So 8 in 2 will give you 4. So this expression becomes what? X plus y equal to what? 2. You can tag this equation what? Equation what? 3. Now it means that this equation 2 has become equation what? 3. Now combining equation 1 and equation 2 now, bringing them together. So equation what? 2, combining equation what? 1 and 3. Equation 1, combining equation 1 and 3 now. What do we have? We have, look at this, we have x minus what? X minus y equal to 2 and x plus y equal to what? Sorry, it's supposed to be 4 because 2 in 8 is supposed to be what? 4. Please don't forget 8 divided by 2 is what? 4. So we have 4 here. Now these are two equations that we have brought together. So we can solve this simultaneously. How do you solve it simultaneously? By using elimination method. You do a line like this and you put minus sign. X minus x. That one, this one eliminate each other because x minus x is 0. Now minus what? Minus y minus plus y. Look at this. Minus y minus plus what? Y. It will give you what? Minus 2y. Just for you to get, that's why I bring it out here. So this one is going to be minus 2y. So this is going to be minus 2y. Now This one will now be minus, let me write here, minus 2y equal to 2 minus what? 4. Everything will be what? Minus what? 2 minus 4 is what? Minus 2. So this one will be minus what? Minus 2. So minus 2y equal to minus 2. So write it here for clarity. Minus 2. So 2y equal to minus 2. So I'm bringing down one out now. So divide both sides by minus what? 2. Minus 2. So y, now this one cancel out. So y is equal to what? Minus 2 minus divided by minus 2 now. We are going to have what? 1. Because minus cancel minus. Plus 2 cancel 2. Which is going to be what? 1. Now how do you now get our x? I'll certainly get our y. Now how do you get x? Just go to any of these equations. You can easily get your what? X. Now let's consider this equation 3 now. X plus y equal to what? 4. Now substitute for y now. We have what? X plus 1 equal to 4. X is equal to 4 minus 1. X is equal to what? 3. X is equal to 3. So we have what? X to be 3 and y to be what? 1. So that is 3 comma what? 1. So the answer is 3 comma what? 1. 3 comma option what? B. So please, you have to go through it very carefully in order to see what I'm writing here. So now the question number what? Y. The question number 15 here says if y varies directly as square root of what? X. If y varies directly as square root of x. So this is what? Direct what? Variation. So y varies as square root of what? Y varies. This is as square root of x. Now when you add about what? Y varies directly as square root of x. What comes to your mind is direct variation. So which means that this y will be equal to what? K. You replace it the proportionality sign with k. Then k square root of what? X. K square root of x. And this is your expression. Then I say, and y is equal to 3 when x equal to 16. Y equal to 3. Y equal to what? 3. X equal to 16. Now, when you substitute these two values to obtain your k now, this one will be what? 3 equal to what? K square root of 16. So now, from here now we have 3 is equal to square root of 16 is what? 4. 4 times k will be what? 4 what? K. So you divide both sides by what? 4. Divide both sides by 4 to get your k. So this one cancel out. So definitely 3 over 4 is equal to k. So k is equal to 3 over what? 4. Now you now go back to this expression which says what? Go back to this expression which says that y is equal to what? K root what? X. So it will now become y equal to what? Instead of k now we have what? 3 over 4 root x. So this is our expression. Note that. Now we are asked to calculate y when x is 64. Calculate y when x is 64. Now what's our y when x is to what? Y. What is y when x is equal to what? 64. So all you need to do is just, let's read the line here. So y is equal to now 3 over what? 4. Now what's our x now given to us? 64. So we have what? So we have 3 over 4. Now the square root of 64 now is 8. So square root of 64 is 8. So 4 here 1, 4 here 2. So y is equal to 3 times 2, which is equal to what? 6. The answer here is option what? C, which is 6. Now the other question that we have here says that if x is inversely what? Look at the word inversely proportional to y, and x is what? 2 raised 2 whole number 1 over 2 when y is equal to 2. Now x is inversely proportional. Please note that x is inversely proportional. X is inversely proportional to y, 1 over y, unlike the direct. This one is inversely 1 all over. So, which is the same thing as what? X is equal to k over what? Y. Simply by cross multiply you can get your k. So we have what? K is equal to what? xy. Now, and we are told that what? X is what? 2 whole number 1 over 2. So x is 2 whole number 1 over 2, which is the same thing as 2 times 2, 4 plus 1 is 5 over what? 2. And y is equal to what? Y is equal to 2. So substituting to get our k now, we have k is equal to what? 5 over 2, because k is equal to x by 5 over 2 multiplied by what? 2, which is our y. So this one cancel out. K is equal to what? 5. Now from there now we can get our what? X now. Now say find x now, because our k is 5. So meaning that what? This expression here is what? 5 equal to what? xy. Now to get our what? Find x if y equal to 4. So find x if y, find x, this is x equal to when y equal to 4. So we now have what? 5 is equal to now 4x. So 4x equal to what? 5. That goes out by what? 4. So x is equal to 5 over 4, which is equal to 1 number 1 over 4. So the option here is option what? D. So question number 70 says, for what range of values of x is 1 over 2x plus 1 over 4 greater than 1 over 3x plus 1 over 2? For what range of values of x is 1 over x plus 1 over what? 4 greater than 1 over 3x plus what? 1 over 2. We have 1 over 2x plus 1 over 4 greater than 1 over 3x plus 1 over 2. Now, look at this now. These are called fractional what? These are fractional inequality. Now, and we have fraction 1 over 2, 1 over 4, 1 over 3, and 1 over 2. The LCM of these fractions is what? Is 12. The LCM of this what? The lowest common multiple of this fraction is what? 12. So we are going to multiply 2 by what? By 12. Multiply 2 what? By 12. You are going to multiply 2 by what? You are going to multiply 2 by the LCM 12. Now multiply 2 by LCM 12. Now we have what? 12 multiplied by 1 over what? 2x plus 12 multiplied by 1 over what? 4 greater than 12 multiplied by 1 over 3x plus 12 multiplied by 1 over what? 2. So what do we have here? We are going to have what? 2 we cancel 6. We cancel 12 to give us what? 6. Now 6 times x. Now we have what? Here you have 6x. Now plus 12x multiplied by 1 over 4. 4 here 1. 4 in 12 now is 3. 3 times 1 we have what? Plus 3 here greater than. Now 1 over 4 cancel here. On the right hand side we have what? 4. 4 times x will be what? 4x plus 2 here 1, 2 here 6. So plus what? 6. So collecting the like times now, you take this, you take 4x to the left hand side, and you take what? 3 to the what? To the right hand side. So we collect the like times. That's what we were collecting the like times. So we have what? 6x minus what? 4x. Because when 4x cross the what? Greater than sign, it will become minus. Then greater than 6 minus 3. So we have what? 2x greater than what? 3. Divide both sides by 2 now. We have what? Divide both sides by 2. So we have this one cancelled out. X is greater than 3 over what? 2. So that's our answer here. Our answer here is what? X greater than 3 over 2. So is there any option that looks like that? So option B, x greater than what? 3 over 2. Also number 18 here says solve the inequality minus what? 6 less than or equal to 4 minus 2x minus 5 minus x. Now we have solved the inequality of minus what? Minus 6 less than or equal to what? 4 minus 2x less than 5 minus what? X. Now look at this inequality. Now there are two signs of inequality. We have less than or equal to, and we have less than only here. So the first thing is to what? Break this inequality into 2. So we have minus 6 less than or equal to what? 4 minus 2x. That's the first part you can break it to. So now we solve this first part. Then we are going to break it again by saying 4x minus 2x less than what? 5 minus x. Well, let's do this one first. Now by collecting the like times now, rather to make this x a positive now, to get a positive value of x on the left hand side, you have to transfer what? This to the what? Left hand side, and make sure that what? The minus 6 come to the right hand side. Now we have what? What do we have here? After the transfer, we have what? 2x. Definitely x, 2x will become what? Positive here. Minus 2x will become positive here. Less than or equal to 4 plus what? 6. Now this one now give us what? 2x now divided by what? 2. Divide both sides by what? 2. So we have less than here. That is 10 divided by what? 2. Because we have 2x less than or equal to 10. So divide both sides by 2 now. So cancel 2. X now will now be, x will be less than or equal to 5. Less than or equal to 5. So that's the first inequality there. Now the second one is what? 4 minus 2x. 4 minus 2x less than 5 minus what? X. Now this is the second inequality. You can see that they both has what? 4 minus 2x in common. So that's how to break it. Now you collect the like times as well. So in order to make this 2x here minus 2x positive, you can take it to the left hand side here, right hand side rather, and take 5, bring 5 here. So what do we have now? We have what? 4 minus what? 5 less than what? Minus x plus 2x. You can see I'm trying to make this x to be what? A positive what number? A positive what term. So that's why we are transferring the what? The 2x. Now we have what? Minus 1, because 4 minus 5 is minus 1 less than minus x plus 2x. That is minus 1x plus 2x. Minus 1 plus 2 will give you what? 1x. So it means what? X. 1x times x. So meaning that what? Minus 1 less than what? X. So combining what? The two inequality together, we have what? Minus what? Minus 1x. Minus 1 less than x. Combining together, minus 1 less than x. Then less than or equal to what? 5. Minus 1 less than x less than or equal to what? 5. So the option here is option B. So the next question here says find the sum to infinity of the following series. Now we are talking about find the sum to infinity. Now sum to infinity has to do with what? GP. Geometric what? Progression. It has to do with what? GP. And that is exponential sequence. And the sum to what? To infinity has two formula depending on whether r is less than what? Less than 1, or when r is greater than what? 1. So to find sum of infinity of what? Of a GP series, we need to know whether our r is less than 1 or r is greater than what? 1. And to do that now, you need to what? We need to go back to our sequence. We can see the sequence here given to us is 0.5 plus 0.05 plus 0.005 and so on and so forth, plus what? So and so on and so forth. You can see this is the first term, this is the second term, this is the what? Third term. Now the first term is named as what? A. We tag it A. The first term is known as what? A. Now to get the common ratio R of a GP, to get common ratio R of GP, you have to say R is equal to T2 all over what? T1. Now T2 all over T1. Knowing fully well that these are T1, our T1 is 0.5 is our T1, but converting it to fraction so as to make things easier, because the answer here are what? Are in fraction. So now we have what? 0.5 now is named as 5 over what? 10. How do I get that? This is 5. The number after the what? Decimal point is 5. And it is 1. One number after the decimal point. So that's why I have 1 0 here. Plus this T2 will be what? 5. Also 0.5 is 5. So but these are 2 digits, 1 2. So it becomes 100. 5 over 100. The same thing happens to the third one. 5 over what? 1000 and so on. So this is how you convert to what? Fractions. So now R equal to T2 all over T1 equal to what? What's your T2? Your T2 is what? Is 5 over what? 100. So you have 5 over 100 divided by what? This is divide. So dividing line is named as what? Divide. So we have what? Divide by what? T1, which is what? 5 over what? 10. So here we have 5 over 100 multiplied by what? 5. That is, now if you change this to multiplication now, this one will become what? 10 over what? 10 over 5, because the denominator will become numerator and the what? Numerator will become denominator. So we have what? We have 10 over what? 5. So 10 over 5, we have what? 10 cancel. One of the 10 here becomes what? This one becomes 10, because 10 in 100 is 10. So 5 cancel 5. So we have our R to be 1 over what? 10. Now R equal to 1 over 10 here. R equal to 1 over 10 for this what? Series. Then meaning that what? Our R is less than what? Our R is less than 1. So which formula are we going to use now to solve this problem? Some of the formula that we use now is now what? A over 1 minus what? R, because the R is less than what? Less than 1. I'm going to do sum of infinity. This is infinity sign equal to A over 1 minus 1. So coming down here now, we have sum of infinity now is equal to, now sum of the infinity is equal to A. What's our A? Our A is the first term, which is what? 0.5, and has been turned to what? 5 over 10. So we have 5 over 10. Now, all over 5 over 10 all over 1 minus what? Our R, which is 1 over 10. So we have what? Now 5 over 10 now, as our numerator, will now be divided by what? Now this one is 1 minus 1 over 10 to give what? 9 over what? 10. So changing this also as well to what? Multiplication, division to multiplication, we have 5 over 10 multiplied by 10 over 9. So from here now, 0, 10 cancel 10. So our what? Sum of infinity now will now be equal to what? 5 over 9. 5 over 9. So that's that about what? Sum of infinity. Use of what? Of a GP whose what? Whose R is what? Less than what? 1. Whose R is what? Less than 1. This common ratio is less than 1. So the option here is what? 5 over 9. So we have 5 over 9 here, which is option what? A. Now lastly, the third term of an arithmetic progression. Now this is an arithmetic what? Progression. An arithmetic progression. And we are told that the third term, which is T3 is what? Minus 9. Please note that. And what? And the seventh term, T7 is equal to what? Minus what? The T7 here is T7 is minus 29. Minus 29. So the T3 here is what? Is minus 9, and the T7 here is minus 29. So from here now, find the 10th term. We are asked to find the 10th term. So that's the question. Now, where do we start from here? Where do we start from here? Let's try and demarcate a place so we can have what? More space to work. Now we have T3 can be written as from the what? From the general, from the nth term of a GP, which is same as what? A plus open bracket n minus 1 bracket close what? D. That's the nth term of what? Of an AP. And the nth term of AP is what? Tn equal to A plus open bracket n minus 1 D. Is different from that of what? GP. Now, from there we can now know what will be our what? The expression for our third term and fourth what? And seventh term. Now the third term here will be what? T3 equal to what? A plus what? 2D. A plus 2D, that's the third term. So, and the seventh term can be written as what? A plus what? 6 what? A plus 6D. How do I get that? Just put your n, which is what? 3 here. 3 minus 1 will give you what? 2D. While 7 minus 1 will give you what? 6D. That's why we have 8 plus 1. So now, substituting the values now, for 3D now, we have what? We are going to have, for 3 now, we said it is minus 9 equal to A plus 2D. That's for the third term. And for the seventh term, it is minus 29, following this what formula now, expression, which is what? Equal to what? A plus what? 6D. Now, this is a simultaneous equation and ought to be solved simultaneously. Now, I'm using elimination method minus the what? The equation 1 from what? 2. So now, minus 9 minus 29, minus 9 minus 29, it will give you what? Plus 20. Minus 9 minus 29 is what? 20. So we have 20 equal to what? A cancel A. A minus A is A. Now, A minus A is 0. So A cancel A. So we have 2D minus 60. 2D minus 60. So this one will give you what? Minus 4D. So I'll give you what? Minus what? 4D. And dividing both sides now, we have 20 equal to minus 4D. Now, when you divide both sides by 4, by minus 4, when you divide both sides by minus 4, we have what? Minus 5 equal to what? D. Meaning that D is equal to minus 5. So, we're calling our what? Our equation 1, which is this one. This is our. So, we're calling our equation 1. This is equation 1 here. And this is equation 2. So we're calling equation 1, which is what? Minus 9 now equal to minus 9 equal to A plus. Now we have 2D. Now 2 into bracket minus what? 5. So to get our A, so we now have what? Minus 9. This follow. Now have minus 9 equal to what? A minus what? 10. A minus 10. Now when you transfer what? Minus 10 to the other side, you have minus 10 plus minus 9 plus 10. Minus 9 plus what? 10. Because minus will become plus here. So it's minus 9 plus 10 equal to what? A. And A is equal to 1. Because minus 9 plus 10 is 1. So now I haven't gotten your A and what? Your D. Please follow the trend. So we have what? We have to calculate what? 10th term. So at the 10th term here is the same thing as what? A plus 9D. So now 10th term will now be what? 1 plus. Now that is 1 plus. Now what's your what? 9. 9 times D. What's your D? Don't forget your D is what? Minus what? 5 here. But this is minus 5. So 9 times minus 5, it gives you what? Minus 45. Please note that 10 times is equal to 1 plus minus what? 45. So it means that your A is 1, your 9 is the what we get from the what? From the expression, multiply it by the what? D, which is what? Minus 5. So that's how I get minus what? 45. So 1 plus minus 45, which is same as 1 minus what? 45. So your T10 here, your T10 will now be what? T10 will be equal to 1 minus 45, which is what? Minus 44. So 1 minus 45 is equal to what? Minus 44. So the answer here is what? 44. So we have come to the what? To the end of today's class. If you have any comment, please drop it behind and what? Let us know how we can what? Be of help to you. Thank you once again, and God bless you.